Good morning. My name's Catherine, and I'm 71 years old. You could tell by this little tuft here that things are getting older. And I wanted to tell you some of the reasons that I like to travel. I like to sort of live in a little bit of an alternate reality. And it's a lot of fun for me to do this, but I go to New Orleans a lot. And I do have a page on Facebook. That is art by Catherine Lee, and it is where I kind of share with you the things that I'm researching out. I share a lot of pages of a lot of really talented people and people who do beautiful photographs, who make beautiful jewelry. So one of the things, though, that I wanted to answer a question is several people. I have 13 whole followers on that page, but I do have more followers on other pages, but that's not really kind of a deal for me. Um, is that why do I do this? And why do I go to New Orleans so much? Why would I not just live there? Well, I'm 71, and New Orleans is a city for younger people, in my opinion. Okay, but it is fabulous, and I go for the vibe. And so many people say, I don't understand what you mean. What's the vibe? Well, it's very hard to understand, but it's very easy for me to show you because once I come home, I began to sort of, okay, let me see, what was this vibe? What was this vibe this time? And I make things. I do sell some things, but I make a lot of things. And I just kind of wanted to maybe show you some of the things that I make that I have been inspired by New Orleans. Sometimes my daughter is a not an influencer. She is a Disney educator. Let's put her that way. And let me do a shout out for her. If you go and look on her Instagram page, no, I'm sorry, YouTube page, it is Creating the Magic by Terry Martinez, and she's very, very talented, much better at this than I am. So let me show you. I'm going to flip the camera down and turn it around. All right, this is a belt, obviously, and as you can hear, I'm sitting on my beautiful front porch. I wanted to show y'all that whenever I come back, I basically take bits of memory and try to transform it into these little sort of rectangles, and they are just things that not necessarily found in New Orleans, but things that just make me feel like this right here kind of gave me a French feel from some of the places that we had been to dinner in, and just love it so much. Um, Again, a little bit of that southern feel that you can have whenever you're there. Definitely a vintage. Now this is called a yo-yo, and my aunt. This is kind of a shout out to my aunt Joni. She used to make dolls out of these clowns, actually, and I just loved them so much. So here we are. Just a lot of there's a lot of color there. We do spend some time in San Antonio, so San Antonio often kind of rocks my world with a few things. But this is a belt, and this one stretches, and I had to figure out a way that I was going to be able to let the belt, because it has a clasp there, to get through here so that people could, and here's what I mean by clasp. I never know the formal meaning of anything. That thing right there had to be able to go through the stretchy part. And because I make these on squares of fabric or rectangles of fabric, then it wasn't going to be able to do that. So anyway, I will tell you that this piece right here, we always go to the bins, and my daughter and I, whenever she goes with us, because my husband and I are older and sometimes need a little help. She goes with us, and she's a great help to me. So that right there came from a shirt that we found in the bins. It wasn't anything fabulous or anything new. It was just that, and I knew I could cut it up to make some pieces here. Now I'm going to show you. Here is a second belt. Um, And I got these belts in the Houston bins. Yeah, and I really almost passed them by because I thought, oh, geez, they're stretchy. I just don't know. I usually use just the weaving stuff. And or webbing. I don't know what they call it. But anyway, so here we have another one. Now this one was a little bit more inspired um, by some gardens that we went through, and the butterfly buttons are inspired by my own garden, which is of course extremely wild, and it's meant that way. So that's kind of fun. But here are some more of this belt. And they're just fun little pieces. I think you can probably tell anything with an embroidered flower or embroidered anything kind of appeals to me. And that is one of the things that I buy a lot of at the bins. And almost everything that I buy at the bins, I cut up and make. I also do this on not a pair of jeans yet, but definitely overalls. It is very difficult sometimes to put the pins through or the needles through denim. So I'm not always a fan of doing that, but that's kind of fun. But I have really begun to do some very fun things with these, and I just adore them. And whoever gets them, I'm hoping that they're very happy with their purchases, because I do sell them on Poshmark because I have to feed my addiction. So it is something that I have to sort of do. But I love doing these, and this is what I think sort of, for me, epitomizes the fun of New Orleans and going there. Now, the last trip we had was more of a city park trip, and it was wonderful, and I loved it. And so I'm thinking my next belt might be a little greener, like leaves. We saw some turtles. What else did we do? Just fun stuff. My daughter and I just sat for a while and just enjoyed it. Oh, we did go through to the, which is free by the way, the sculpture garden. And so these are the things that I bring back from New Orleans with me, from Disney World when we go there, from San Antonio when we go there, any place that has that sort of, ooh, gosh, magic-y kind of vibe to it. I just really, really love that, And what I mean by when I say I live in an alternate reality, I'm retired. We retired to a tiny 1,200 square foot house, and it is in the big middle of like almost a 2-acre plot in a tiny little town that's really a bedroom town, Lumberton, Texas. And it is more new houses than old, so we live in one of the oldest houses in Lumberton, and that's kind of fun for me. But we're loving it, and my mornings are just like this, sitting in a rocking chair on my screened-in front porch, listening to birds. Coffee is no longer a thing that my husband and I can do due to some medical issues, but we have some green tea and are loving our life right now. So I want everybody to love their life too. So do a little traveling if you can, do a little artsing if you can, and but have a good day today. Bye, guys.